begin. This meeting of the Mahwah Board of Education is open to members of the public to be physically present. Members of the public that attend will be asked to follow the same procedures as all other visitors to our schools. Those procedures can be found on the agenda page of our website. Additionally, the board meeting will be live streamed for viewing purposes only. Anyone wishing to view the meeting may do so via Zoom. The webinar ID is 830-1165-0799, and the required password is 706-103. All right, I call this meeting to order. Roll call, please. Mr. Lamb.
Mr. Copeland, Ms. Daviniero, Mr. De Silva.
Here.
Mr. Denise.
Here.
Mr. Gallo.
Here.
Mr. Hughes.
Here.
Mr. Kuzmarski. Ms. Jansen.
Here.
Dr. Morthy.
Here. Adequate notice of agenda of this meeting has been provided to the Ridgewood News and the Record, specifying that the Mahwah Board of Education will meet on February 19th, 2025 in the administrative offices, 60 Ridge Road, Mahwah, New Jersey. A copy was filed with the Township Clerk. Salute to the flag, Miss Ting Jansen, would you lead us, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we do require an executive session in the beginning of the meeting today, so I need a motion to recess to exec. Mr. Hughes, second by Mr. Denise. We should be back in about 15 minutes. Thank you.
How are you? We're going to exec.
Right, we're going to exec at the beginning.
Yeah.
Everything.
Everything you say.
Everything.
Sorry.
How are you? Good, yourself?
Hey, Dennis, I'm sorry. Good, you're good.
What is that?
Between that and Maris.
That's cool.
Oh, you're going careful. There's it.
Oh, nice. I know someone here now.
All right.
That's fine. Thank you.
All right, I need a motion to reconvene to public action meeting. Ms. Team Jansen, second by Mr. Gallo. Agenda questions. Please limit your questions at this time to resolutions under new business on this agenda. As a matter of fairness, you're asked to limit your questions to no more than one and your remarks to no longer than 3 minutes. If you're here representing a group, please identify yourself, the group, and your position in the group. If you are here as an individual, please provide your name and address. This section of public participation will be limited to 15 minutes. In this particular case, please specify the resolution you are referring to in your question. All right, I need a motion to open the meeting to the public. Mr. Gallo, second by Mr. De Silva. All right, we are officially open to the public. All right, seeing no one come forward at this time, motion to close the meeting to the public. Mr. Copland, second by Mr. Gallo. All right, our Mahwah student representative report, who has patiently waited today. Sorry about that.
That's fine.
Thank you.
Okay, so first we have that the SGA executive is doing a Noting Kindness campaign.
Make sure your microphone's on.
A Noting
There you go.
Kindness campaign.
Yeah.
Where students fill out a Google form in order to send a classmate or teacher a note, anonymous, or if they want to be named, it's their choice. And then honors and AP art classes are going to the Met on March 4th. And preparing for the musical Anything Goes, which will be performed from March 27th through the 30th. Winter Guard just took first place in the Scholastic Regional Class A at Lakeland High School, named Kaleidoscope of Guards. And they will be competing this Saturday at South Brunswick High School. And a small exhibition will start being installed this week, opening at the end of next week in the T3 Gallery. The theme is relationships while students in all grades have submitted artwork. The indoor winter percussion has a competition on Saturday. It's their first competition at West Milford High School. And DECA States will be going through March 4th to the 6th in Atlantic City. And lastly, band has a competition on March 18th at West Essex High School. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great, thank you very much.
Thanks, Les. Have a great night.
Thank you.
All right, our superintendent report for this evening, Dr. DeToro.
Thank you. We have a PowerPoint.
Of course.
So there's a couple things. This is a brand new slide that you guys haven't seen before. We have our strategic plan.
Oh, this one, yeah. Sure.
Oh, I'll go commercial. We have our strategic plan meeting, and I see some community members, so I am speaking to you. Strategic plan meeting number two. Our first strategic plan meeting, we had over 70 participants, community members, administrators, board members, and teachers. We were able to receive some great feedback along the lines of points of strength and areas to consider for growth to build our strategic plan. Our next strategic plan meeting is scheduled for February 27th. That is, the theme of that is hopes and dreams. What do we want to see Mahwah be, contain, possess, provide to our students in the next 5 years? So in 2030, what do we want Mahwah schools to really look like, sound like, and feel like? This is something that we're going to go off the script for a second. This is a celebration of our sports. Our Mahwah High School boys and Mahwah High School girls varsity basketball team just made it into states. And it's great, but here's the challenge. On February 27th, we are hosting the first round of states for both the boys and the girls team at 5 and 7 at Mahwah High School. That being said, you know, here's the thing. I know that we have a ton of different activities that go on in the district, but The last thing I want is for our community to have to pick and choose, go out and support the boys and girls teams in such a high-level playoff situation or come to a very important strategic plan meeting. I'm not saying that we have to do this. This is a suggestion. If by chance the board would like to consider changing the date, I was able to engage with Matt Lee today just to see his availability. As of right now, March the 12th, he is available. We don't have to finalize it tonight. I just want that to be something for you to think about and consider, so the community is able to take part in both supporting our kids and the athletic side, but also supporting our kids through the strategic planning side. So if you guys can just let me know, maybe if that date works by tomorrow, I can circle back to Matt. And then what we could do is we can inform the community along the lines of the change in date. I did check with all 6 schools to make sure that does not conflict with any events that are happening within the schools, because the last thing I want to do is change it for one event and then somebody has to deal with the decision for another. So we're doing our very best. As you know, we have a ton of events that are going on, but for something like this, it's worth the consideration.
I was just
Whatever
going to
you guys
ask that,
want to do.
Mr. De Silva. Straw poll of who can make it on March 12th? Now you might have a problem.
Go to half.
Possibly.
You need a quorum.
Half
I mean,
straw?
No, I'm 50-50. I can be there at 7. I may not be able to stay the whole.
wait, so Chris, you can't attend on the 12th?
Maybe.
Okay,
It's a possibility.
possible,
Are
okay,
we
so I
starting
guess
6 or 7?
6.
It's 6.
So, all right, everyone check, Janine
Oh.
cannot, okay. So at this point, we could have 4 board members not be able to attend,
So,
Mike? So
do we need?
it's a quorum meeting, correct, Tom? It's
Well,
a
no, wait a
public
second.
action meeting?
No, it's
doesn't
not a
have to
quorum.
be.
It's a
It doesn't
meeting.
have to be, we could just do the
It's an
plan
additional.
without the board agenda.
Right,
The
but-
only reason why it's been a board meeting is
Yeah.
because
we all show- we all
everybody
wanna be
shows
there.
up.
Right.
This is not a replacement of
Oh,
a meeting,
I
this is
see.
in addition to.
No, I know, but
So no
does
action
it
will
run
be
like a
taken.
public action meeting?
If we didn't do the roll call and the formal board meeting, and we had board members sit at different tables, I think we'd be in compliance.
Yeah, so we've
Okay.
only done it that way because more than 5 people want to be there. If there are fewer than a
Then-
quorum,
then
then we
quorum.
don't, it doesn't have to be a
Right.
public,
A public-
like
Okay.
be a full
Right.
meeting.
Okay, and we can check
There's one
with,
agenda item, it's the.
can check with Tristan and Ben as well, so, okay.
And if they
So,
can make it, then it'll be a regular meeting.
Yeah.
If they can't make it, if we decide that it's not gonna be a full meeting, the people that said that, I can't go, or I don't think you can't go. So we have to be clear about that, because
Right.
we can't have
all
a
right,
quorum.
so why don't people get back to Mike in the next day or two?
That's great.
Just to confirm, if you have to check schedules, and we'll take it from there. Okay, thank you.
All right. The MSF is having its annual gala, as you all know. This is Casino Royale is the theme. They've had this theme in the past. It was a tremendous event. As you all know, the Mahwah Schools Foundation is a parent volunteer organization that raises money to fund teacher-driven grant programs that seek innovative ideas that really energize the academic and creative side of our students. So I ask everyone to consider taking part in the Mahwah Schools Foundation. The tickets are on sale now, and I know that we've been sending information out through our email lists. One of my favorite days of the year, I know Ben's, is Mahwah Day. In the school level, it's, especially at the elementary level, K through 3, I felt the same way. It's already the 100th day of school.
Wow.
Our students celebrated the 100th day of school. Students were able to reflect on what they've learned since their first day of school. They dressed up, they celebrated, and they even took part in a George Washington red carpet walk to showcase their attire, where students adorned 100 items on their shirts. It was great to see everyone having so much fun. I strongly suggest you look at our social media accounts at the elementary levels. I know they're all posted different things that are happening at different schools. So it was really great to see the kids dress up and really strut their stuff on the red carpet. You could see how excited they were walking in, all of our kindergartners.
100 days smarter.
That's right. Speaking of kindergarten, last week our kindergarten students took part in a concert for families performing 5 songs. Mrs. Silverman's class created Lenape Meadows' song to the Beatles, All You Need Is Love. All kindergarten students put on a great performance and their fans were filled with pride during the morning show.
Can I just add on real quick?
Absolutely.
So you can see that middle picture, Mrs. Kaufman, who is our vocal teacher at the elementary level, she invited the parents to take pictures before they performed. So you can see the parents rush to the stage. It really was an awesome, just great spirit in that room that day. It was really something wonderful. So it was great to see their teachers up there alongside their students, singing along as well. So thank you to our kindergarten teachers, our students, and Mrs. Kaufman.
And speaking of performing arts, our Mahwah High School had the Coffee House Chamber Concert. Our 2025 Coffee House Chamber Concert took place in our Mahwah High School Media Center and was extremely well attended by the Mahwah community. The large group picture shows all of our musicians who participated in the evening, and a small group picture is an image of our current seniors. Another great performance by our performing arts program. And this is for Ramapo Ridge. Congratulations to the following Ramapo Ridge and some Mahwah High School students who were accepted to the 2025 NJSMA, that's the North Jersey School Music Association, Intermediate Region Band. We have Sophie Wong, 8th grade, oboe, first chair. Andre Lennox, 8th grade, alto sax. Stanley Wu, 9th grade, tenor sax. And Jay Ballara, 8th grade, euphonium. So congratulations to all of our students. As always, our performing arts program is a huge point of pride for Mahwah School District.
That's okay. Thank you, Dr. Totoro. Now, Mr. Lamb, do you have a report for us this evening?
Yes, Dr. Morthy. Just a couple of things. We're in the middle of the budget season, planning the 25-26 budget. A couple of the key dates coming up. Tuesday, February 24th, the governor gives his budget address for the state's budget next year, which includes the education budget, how much state aid we get. And then 2 days after the governor's budget address, the state aid numbers for next year are released. We're eagerly awaiting those. And then on Wednesday, March 5th, we will have a presentation regarding our preliminary budget, and the board will be voting to approve the preliminary budget. And of course, the final budget is not approved until the end of April, but those are the steps in the process. And then outside of the budget, just wanted to give a shout out to Greg Romero and our facilities team. They've done a great job on snow removal this year to get our schools open. Sometimes delayed opening, which is better than being closed for the day, unless you're a kid who wants to go sleigh riding. But they've done a fabulous job getting our snow removed, and the town's DPW has also done a great job of removing snow and putting ice melt down so our buses and cars can get here safely. So thank you to all of that.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lamb. Our Assistant Superintendent, Dr. Farrett, do you have a report this evening with slides, I'm sure?
Yes, I know that the board and community appreciates the visual. We believe in showing and telling. So February 2nd was Joyce Kilmer Day here in Mahwah. To celebrate, a concert by some of our school's musicians took place at the Mahwah Public Library, which featured music connected to Joyce Kilmer's poetry. If you couldn't attend or watch the live stream from the library itself, you can watch the videos on YouTube. I'll list some of the featured performers: soprano Valerie Gonzalez, clarinetist Daniel Ketter, pianist Craig Ketter, along with Gabriel Anker, violin, Elijah Spies, viola, Andrew Jans, cello, and members of the Mahwah High School treble choir, Sarah Anderson, Mary Eggers, Evie Kroczynski, Alexandria Lisa, Astrid Morales, Kira Sarkissian, Evangeline Schmalz, and this was all directed by Miss Morley Fold. So incredible performances by a sold out and enthusiastic crowd.
All the music was composed by Tim Miller, a Mahwah resident.
Awesome.
Small cast.
Indeed.
He's a new Thunderbird partner.
Oh, even better. We have an alumni spotlight. Varsha Narayanan, she is a recent graduate. She currently attends New Jersey Institute of Technology, where she recently presented her research at the Honors Interdisciplinary Research Forum. Her presented research focused on the integration of artificial intelligence in oncology diagnostic systems, examining how AI technologies such as machine learning and deep learning can enhance diagnostic accuracy and efficiency in healthcare. Varsha is a computer science student at NJIT's Honor College. We are so proud of her continued success.
If I can add,
Of course.
if you remember correctly, I think it was 2 or 3 years ago, Varsha was a part of our first internship and externship experience.
She sure
That
was.
she worked at the orthopedic surgeon center. I forget the name and I apologize.
Yes.
But she made that presentation to the board, if you guys remember, that she was one of the first 3 individuals that took part in our externship experience.
And what's so awesome is before Varsha graduated, she had a lot of options ahead of her. She had a full ride to NJIT, so it's wonderful to see how great it's working out for her so far. And we're at that time of year where we are announcing retirements. We have 3 retirement announcements this evening. Agenda items 19A, B, and C list Miss Ellen Mahoney, Mr. Ted Lusby, and Miss Sherry Bounds. So first you'll see here, Miss Ellen Mahoney has given 40 incredible years of shaping young minds and nurturing countless students. We want to thank Ellen for her dedication to the children of Mahwah Public Schools. Currently, she teaches kindergarten at Lenape Meadows School, and she has taught kindergarten her entire career here in Mahwah. Beyond the classroom, Ellen has been invaluable to her colleagues, offering wisdom, kindness, and unwavering support. She's been a trusted resource for parents, always ensuring each child was met with care, patience, and encouragement. Though we will miss her dearly, we are so happy for her as she steps into this next chapter of her life. May her retirement be filled with joy, relaxation, and all the wonderful things that she loves. She has certainly left an indelible mark on her Lenape Meadows family. As many of you know, Ellen was spotlighted last spring, and while she plans to travel in her retirement, she had shared that the weirdest part is obviously going to be not setting up her kindergarten classroom in August. She is the first teacher to be in the school building. And also, if you remember, she teaches with her younger sister, so on the kindergarten team. So that is also going to be a new and different beginning for her. So we wish Ellen all the best.
On her resignation letter, I noticed that she worked in Commodore Ferry.
Yes, she did.
Going that far back.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome.
Yep. You'll see here Ted Lusby has worked as a custodian in Mahwah for 28 years. 5 years he served as the night custodian at JK, and 23 years as the head custodian at Mahwah High School. In this capacity, he is responsible for overseeing the custodial staff and ensuring that the school's facilities are maintained in a clean, safe, and functional condition. He has taken pride in maintaining our building for students, staff, and families. His strength is his ability to understand the overall multifaceted 24/7 operation of his high school and the need to facilitate various venue setups for academic, athletic, and co-curricular activities. And on top of that, if you know Ted, you know he's just a great guy. Beyond his custodial duties, Ted has been recognized for his service as a veteran. The school community has honored him and other veterans for their service to our nation. In his retirement, Ted, if you know anything about Ted, he loves going on cruises. So he will be going on cruises with his wife, Louise, who is also a former Mahwah employee, and he plans on fishing and hunting in his free time. And lastly, we have Miss Sherry Bounds, who is an instructional paraprofessional and has been an instructional paraprofessional for the last 25 years in our district. She currently serves as a paraprofessional at Joyce Kilmer School. Ms. Bounds has been a pillar of support for students and teachers alike over the last 25 years. Her patience and advocacy make such a difference in helping children feel included and confident every day. She demonstrates unwavering dedication to the classroom each day with her ability to connect with students, provide encouragement, and create a positive learning environment that has left a lasting impact on countless young lives. JK is going to miss Sherry's Southern accent and her warm smile. In her retirement, Sherry plans on visiting her family back in her home state of Arkansas. And after Arkansas, she hopes to get to Europe in the coming months. So we wish Sherry great happiness in her retirement as well. And lastly, with all those retirements, we're going to have to fill those vacancies. So you can see here, Mahwah High School is hosting the Bergen County Educator Job Fair. Typically, this job fair, I think for the last 5 years, has been an annual tradition in our county. It will be taking place on Saturday, April 5th at Mahwah High School from 10 o'clock a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. So if you know anyone who is interested, this flyer has been going around LinkedIn. We've been asking neighboring school districts and districts around the county and area and local colleges to post this flyer on their respective social media sites. So if you can get the word out, there you can see through the QR code is an opportunity for potential educators to register for the event. So we're excited to be hosting. And that is my report for this evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Fair. All right, I have just a brief report this evening. I think since our last meeting, we had the Lunar New Year, so happy Lunar New Year to all the families in our district, including Miss Ting Jansen, who celebrates Lunar New Year. That was actually all I had for today. Okay. Let's move on to board committee reports. Do we have reports this evening? Mr. Denise, Mr. Keller, Mr. Denise. Policy committee?
No, not a policy.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, you're going to report on Bergen County?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, John.
January 30th, I attended the Bergen County School Boards Association virtual winter county meeting. Patrick Fletcher was introduced as the new county superintendent. Mr. Fletcher was the superintendent of Riverdale High School District for Riverdale School District for 20 years. Before that, he was the business administrator and superintendent in Glen Rock School District for 14 years and was the president of the Bergen County Association of School Administrators. Ambrose Duckett was the guest speaker. He's the assistant commissioner of education. He recommended that the school board's plan for state funding for this year to be flat or slightly decreased. QSAC will continue to be every 3 years, even for high-performing school districts. And the board evaluation software program is being revised to make it more user-friendly.
All right. Thank you, Mr. We will wait eagerly for that, for the board evaluation on the software program. That's what Rick is thinking. Thank you, Mr. Denise. Thank you for attending on our behalf. Any other board committee reports this evening? Mr. Gallo.
So just briefly, before tonight's meeting, the Finance Committee met to begin the review of the 25-26 budget. And as Tom said, we will be voting on the preliminary submission at our next board meeting on March 5th. And following that, we'll have 3 meetings where Tom will be doing the spotlight budget presentations that we've done for the last couple of years. That spotlight personnel, transportation, healthcare, out-of-district placements, etc., and sort of building to the final budget resolution that'll be on our agenda for April 30th. So.
Great. Thank you very much, Mr. Gallo. Any other committee reports this evening? Okay. Board member remarks. Ms. Ting Jansen.
Just in addition to it being Lunar New Year, the high school is having a celebration tomorrow night from 6 to 8, and all students and community members are welcome. And just to add additional thank you to Ms. Bounds, who's been an absolute star for my daughter's classroom. She really is just a very special person who offers that extra assistance for children who need it. So very thankful for her being in our family's lives.
Thank you. Any other board member remarks?
I texted to Trista and Ben, they are available on the 12th,
There you go.
just so you know.
Oh, well, look at that.
And also, I just want to share, I echo Janine's comments about Sherry Bounds. I've known her for 25 years, since she was started in the district. We first met her when she was at Betsy Ross, but she's followed a bunch of students through their careers through Mahwah to the point of graduation, in fact. And I think she's at JK or JK?
She's at JK.
Yeah,
JK.
but she's with a student who started at Betsy Ross, and she's just beginning to cycle over again. She's an incredibly generous and warm-hearted person who really just loves kids, and that sort of that inner energy and power and passion and focus on kids really just enabled her to really be a contributor to a number of our students, and we wish her the best for her.
Thank you very much. Mr. Copeland?
Yeah, just a little self-promotion, if you guys would just indulge me for a second. Last week, I had the honor and privilege of escorting a member of the Harlem Wizards around to our 4 K-5 schools. Broadway came to Mahwah. And if you've ever sat through, if your children have ever sat through these assemblies, the kids were incredibly engaged. Broadway did a great job. And personally, I just want to thank all the administrators at the 4 schools for opening their doors to him. The Class of 25 project graduation is hosting the Wizards on March 8th at the Ridge at 6 o'clock. So if you haven't gotten your tickets, please do. It is one of the more popular events in the community over the last several years, and I expect it to sell out. Well, I'm hoping it will sell out. So please, if you haven't got your tickets, please do. HarlemWizards.com. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Copeland. All right, should we move on to old business? Let's take 17A through D. We have minutes from several meetings. Mr. Lamb, roll call, please.
Motion in a second.
Oh, yes, motion. Sorry about that. Motion, Mr. Gallo, second by Mr. Copeland, for 17A through D.
17A through D. Mr. Copeland,
Yes.
Mr. De Silva,
I have to abstain on C and D, yes on A and B.
Mr. Denise,
Yes.
Mr. Gallo,
Yes.
Mr. Hughes,
Yes.
Ms. Jansen,
Yes on A and B, and abstain on C and D.
and Dr. Moore.
Yes on A, C, and D, and abstain on B.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. All right, let's take new business now. We have A through S this evening. I'd just like to thank our people who've made donations to the district on R and S. But we'll take A through S. I need a motion on the floor. Mr. Hughes, second by Mr. Copeland. Roll call, Mr. Lamb?
Mr. Copeland,
Yes.
Mr. De Silva,
Yes.
Mr. Denise,
Yes.
Mr. Gallo,
Yes, and I'm sure I'm supposed to abstain on something, but I didn't get my. I
On
didn't get
some
my-
check number.
I didn't get my Post-it note to.
we will
Remedy that.
save you from those items. Mr. Hughes,
Yes.
Ms. Jansen,
Yes.
Dr. Moore.
Yes. All right, at this time, let's take our new business personnel, that is 19. We often take our retirement separately, and in this case, we have a considerable amount of years of service to our district. So we do thank Ellen Mahoney, Theodore Lesby, and Sherry Bounds for their contributions and their longevity in the model public schools serving our students. So we will take 19, A, B, and C. I need a motion on the floor. Mr. Gallo, second by Mr. Hughes. Mr. Lamb, A, B, and C, 19 A, B, and C. Thank you.
Mr. Copland,
Yes.
Mr. De Silva,
Yes.
Mr. Denise,
Yes.
Mr. Gallo,
Yes.
Mr. Hughes,
Yes.
Ms. Jansen,
Yes.
Dr. Moore.
Yes. All right, now we will take 19D to FF, 19D to FF. I need a motion on the floor. Mr. Copland, second by Ms. Ting Jansen. All right, D to FF. Mr. Lamb, please, roll call.
Mr. Copland,
Yes, and thank you to all the volunteers.
Mr. De Silva,
Yes, but I think I have to abstain on DB. Okay, so yes, abstain on DB.
Mr. Denise,
Yes.
Mr. Gallo,
Yes.
Mr. Hughes,
Yes.
Ms. Jansen,
Yes.
Dr. Moore.
Yes. All right, public questions or comment. Public participation at board meetings is in accordance with bylaw 0167. At this time, members of the public may ask questions or make a comment on educational issues or school matters of community interest. As a matter of fairness, you are asked to limit your questions to no more than one and your remarks to no longer than 3 minutes. If you are here representing a group, please identify yourself, the group, and your position in the group. If you are here as an individual, please give us your name and address. This section of public participation will be limited to 15 minutes. I need a motion to open the meeting to the public. Mr. De Silva, second by Mr. Gallo. All right, we are officially open to the public. All right, seeing no one coming forward at this time, motion to close the meeting to the public. Mr. Copland, and second by Mr. Hughes. All right, we do not require an executive session, so I need a motion to adjourn. Mr. Denise, and a second by Mr. Hughes. We are adjourned for the evening. Thank you, everyone, for coming this evening.
Can I just double check? No.
Oh.
So Ben can come, Tristan
Ben
can
and
come.
Tristan.
Brett, you